We are the Group 7 and our topic is all about issues and trends in curriculum development. International Bureau of Education defines curriculum trends as the increasingly important changes that are taking place in the field of curriculum to respond to current and anticipated developments in society and education. This phrase suggests that curriculum trends refers to the significant changes within the field of curriculum, aiming to adapt to current and future societal and educational developments. The International Bureau of Education defined these trends as adjustments made in response to evolving needs and circumstances. So, curriculum trends has a big help in the way of teaching and learning. Mas makikita yung pagbabago once na nai-apply yung mga different trends in educational system. Mas mapapabilis ang pagtuturo, also yung way ng learning ng mga students. Kaya nababago at nagiging mas advanced yung learning and teaching sa schools. So there are 6 ground-breaking trends. First is EdTech platform. This platform refers to an online or digital platform that provides educational services or tools to students, teachers, or educational institutions. It uses technology to deliver educational content, assessments, and other learning services. The platform may include various forms of media such as videos, audio recordings, text, and interactive features to support learning. So, these are the example of EdTech platform. The Chromebook, AppHub, the Digital Teacher, and Google Classroom. All of teachers and students are familiar on this kind of platforms dahil ginagamit natin ito once na may online classes tayo. Next is trends is classroom of the future education is no more tethered to classrooms. Students have diverse opportunities to learn through various e-learning tools that offer more opportunities to remote, self-paced practical learning. Students will be able to move seamlessly from a traditional to a global virtual classroom. While it's already happening soon, it will be common to see children learn the theoretical concepts in classrooms while the practical knowledge will be taught using technology. As you can see, the teacher using technology in teaching. Also, students using technology in learning. In these trends, mas makikita natin na mas mabilis yung way ng teaching and learning using of technologies. Kasi mas napapabilis yung kumbaga hindi siya time consuming kasi hawak natin yung time natin kapag gumagamit tayo ng technology in teaching and learning. Dito, mas nagiging independent yung mga students in studying sapagkat pwede sila mag-browse or mag-search using their gadgets para makakuha ng other informations.
So one of the curriculum and issue trends are the AR, VR, and MR. VR is being used to create virtual field trips and lab experiences. For example, students can use VR to visit a historical sites or to perform a science experiment in a safe and controlled environment. Sa ibang bansa, ginagamit yung VR para magpunta sila sa mga place na kahit hindi sila pumupunta talaga doon. For example, yung mga first world country katulad ng Japan. Ginagamit nila yung VR para mas maging madali yung learning experience sa mga bata. And yung AI naman is, AI is being used to create personal learning paths and content. Nung AI naman, karaniwan ginagamit siya ng mga students para maghanap o mag-gain ng data and informations para dagdag na din sa kanilang learning. And yung MR naman is mixed reality. Breaks through emotional barriers so student can experience life for new perspective. With this immersive technology will create a setting for learners to collaborate and give them access to one's out of reach experience. So example nito yung ginawa natin nung pandemic, yung online classes. Kahit nasa bahay tayo ng sarili-sarili nating bahay is nakapag-aral pa din tayo through the technology. And yung susunod naman is the customized learning. Customized learning is an educational approach that aims to customize learning for each student's strengths, needs, skills, and interests. Each student gets a learning plan that's based on what they know and how they learn best. Dito naman sa customized learning, mas nagiging madali para sa bata kung ano yung dapat niyang aralin dahil siya mismo yung may freedom kung paano niya gusto aralin at kailan niya gusto aralin yung isang bagay. The simplest example of personal learning would be when an instructor provides learning material with proper content and context. And in the best way for the learner, this is done by using the existing knowledge that the instructor has of the students. And the next one is the wider choice. The vast array of educational technology that is available today offers students a wide range of options from which they can choose the best for their learning needs. This helps them develop the right kind of skills and knowledge so that they can become good professionals in their chosen field. Sa wider choices, ito yung mga materials na nakikita ng mga students na pwede nila magamit o mas magamit nila para mas mapadali sa kanila yung learning experience nila sa paggamit din ng technology dahil sa paggamit ng technology mas dumadali ito. For example, yung course packet na kailangan mo basahin is pwedeng may makita ka sa internet na nakasummarize na para mas maintindihan ng estudyante. And yung last one is the future proofing. Our student means ensuring that they learn a wide range of skills or capabilities that will allow them to thrive in increasingly complex global workplace. Future proofing refers to a process of anticipating the future and what it may hold. Using these to develop strategies to mitigate negative implications which may occur while effectively utilizing positive implication of shocks and stress as a result of future interventions or trends. Dito sa future proofing is minimake sure na yung student is ready sila kung ano yung mangyari sa future. Kung okay na ba yung skills nila or yung capabilities nila para mas mahanda sila sa real world experience.
So, here are the 10 trends education. First, the self-care. Engaging in self-care routine is clinically proven to eliminate anxiety and depression, reduce stress, increase happiness, and more. It helps students adapt to change, build strong relationships, and recover from setbacks. The second one is blended learning. Blended learning, also known as hybrid learning, is an approach to education that combines online education materials and opportunities for interaction online with traditional place-based classroom methods. Third, personalized learning. It's an educational approach that aims to customize learning for each student's strength, needs, skills, and interests. Each student gets learning plan that based on what they know and how they learn best. Personalized learning doesn't replace EIP, a 504 plans or intervention program. And the fourth one is STEAM curriculum. STEAM education is holistic, interdisciplinary approach to learning that combines science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. It harnesses the natural symbolizes between the disciplines to foster creative problem solving, collaboration, and critical thinking. And the fifth one is Genius Heart. It's an inclusive learning model that promotes inquiry, research, creativity, and self-directed learning and fun. The idea came from the 20 employees that take of their time to learn new skills and work on other passion projects.
This is the continuation of 10 points. Citizenships. Digital citizenship include knowledge, skills, practice to engage safety and responsible in a digital environment. This is considered an important skill for students to protect them from harmful content, cyberbullying, privacy risks, scam, viruses, and more. And the seven is bite-sized learning. Bite-sized learning involves breaking down information into small, easily digestible chunks, making it more manageable for efficient and focused learning. It is a strategy that promotes quick, target learning, assess for enhanced retention and understanding of students. And the eighth is social and emotional learning. Social emotional learning is an educational approach that focuses on developing international and emotional skills. It's aimed to foster self-awareness, social awareness, responsible decision-making, self-management, and relationship skills, helping individuals navigate various aspects of life successfully. And the ninth is gamification. Gamification is an efficient because it taps into people's natural desire for competition and achievement. Teachers, managers, and others use gamification to increase participation and improve productivity. Gamification is also often an essential feature in apps and websites designed to motivate people to meet personal challenges like weight loss, goal and learning foreign language. Tracking your progress is more fun. It is feel like a game. And the last is experiential learning. Experiential learning is a hands-on educational approach where individuals gain knowledge and skills through direct experience, reflection, and active engagement. Foster a deeper understanding of the subject matter. There are two types of experience learning. It can be active and passive. Active experiential learning is where learners are engaged in the process or activity that help them understand a concept or skill better. And the passive experiential learning is when learners are exposed to an environment that has already been developed for the purpose to help them learn something new.
So, as you can see in the picture, there are two people. The one who holding a vase is sharing his or her thoughts to the girl who's watering the plants. And the picture here is related to what I am going to discuss right now. It is about the additional trend in curriculum, the trauma-sensitive education and educator self-care. So, trauma-sensitive education, also referred to as trauma-informed education. This new trend recognizes that trauma has a big impact on how students learn in school. When students experience a violence, hunger, homelessness, or any other traumatic event, their brain rewards itself to cope with their experience. When this happens, we can see how it affects the students' behavior and we can see their struggles. In trauma-sensitive education, there are what we call a fundamental principles of trauma-sensitive schools. The trauma-informed lens, using relationship to heal and build school connectedness, caregiver capacity, empowerment and resiliency, and lastly, comprehend the prevalence and impact of trauma. It is an approach that recognizes and addresses the impact of trauma on students' learning, experiences, and overall well-being. It involves creating a safe and supportive educational environment that takes into the account of the potential effects on trauma on the students, cognitive, emotional, and social development. Next is educator self-care. Educators, including teachers and school staffs, often face high levels of stress and emotional strain. due to the responsibilities and challenges associated with their roles. Teachers or staff should also prioritize self-care. How can they help their students if they are not the one who's not okay? So self-care is a must to relax and refresh a teacher's mind.
In student educators, in the past, educators believed setting rules and guidelines for their class and then enforcing them was the most effective way to run a classroom. In more recent years, there has been a push to revise that belief and allow students to contribute to classroom governance by encouraging students, yes, even elementary school students to contribute to classroom goals and consequence, students have an increased interest in abiding by them. For example, at the beginning of the year, a teacher could sit down with their student and invite For example, at the beginning of the year, a teacher could sit down with their student and invite 10 to 15 minutes organized brainstorming. At the end of the session, the class will create at least of 10 rules they agree to follow throughout the year. The rules are clearly posted in the classroom and the students are also asked to sign a contract agreeing to abide by the rules they develop. In RA 10533 was signed into the law by President Benigno Aquino III last May 15, 2013. It is an act enhancing the Philippine basic education system by strengthening its curriculum and increasing the number of years for basic education, appropriating funds, therefore, and for other purposes. The Enhancing Basic Education Act of 2013, popular known as K-12, includes 1 year of kindergarten education, 6 years of elementary education, and 6 years of secondary education. This 6-year secondary education includes 4 years of junior high school and 2 years of senior high school. With K-12, the existing 10 years of basic education is increased 12 years with kindergarten education as prerequisite to entry in grade 1.
So next is the curriculum contextualization, indigenization, and localization in the Philippines. Technically speaking, localization is the process of adapting and relating the content of the curriculum and the process of teaching and learning to local condition, environment, and resources. So first one is the contextualization. It is the process of presenting lesson in meaningful and relevant context based on previous experience and real-life situations. In commonality, both adhere in making the lesson flexible, making the lesson fit, creative, relevant, and meaningful, and also adaptive to students' level of understanding and instructional needs. Next one is the localization. It refers to the process of relating learning content specified in the curriculum to local information and materials in the learner's community. For instance, a teacher can use local products such as potatoes, cabbage, carrots, or any product available in the community in teaching concept in any subject area. Teacher can also use the stories in the locality instead of foreign stories. By using these materials, the students or pupils can relate much and eventually learning will take place. And the last is the indigenization. On the other hand, refers to the process of enhancing curriculum, competencies, education resources, and teaching learning processes in relation to the biogeographical, historical, and socio-cultural context of the student's community. For example, in Araling Panlipunan, teacher can talk about the heroes in their own locality, not necessarily about Rizal and Bonifacio. Many pupils can learn better and faster, and retain information longer when the concepts are taught in context. It makes the lesson relevant and useful. It even engage or motivate hard to reach pupils or students and increases the learner's confidence and enthusiasm. Republic Act 9155, or the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001, state that the government wants to make sure that all citizens have the right to receive a good education. This means that every Filipino child should be able to go school for free and complete their elementary and high school education without any barrier. And the Republic Act 10533, or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, in Section 5, State of Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013 focuses on curriculum development. In mandates the government of DepEd to design and implement an enhanced basic education curriculum that aims to provide quality and accessible education for all Filipino learners. Here, the DepEd Order Number 35, Series 2016. The Learning Action Cell as a K-12 basic education program, school-based continuing professional development strategy for the improvement of teaching and learning. Introduce the Learning Action Cell, or LAC, as a strategy for the continuous professional development of teacher in the K-12 basic education program. LACs are a small group of teachers who collaborate and engage in reflective discussion to improve their teaching practices and enhance student learning outcomes. It aims to provide supportive and interactive environment for teachers to share experience, exchange ideas, develop effective teaching strategy. The DepEd Order Number 42, Series 2016, Policy Guidelines on Daily Lesson Preparation for the K-12 Basic Education Program. Title, it is directed, issued by the DepEd in the Philippines. It provides guidelines for teachers in preparing their daily lesson for the K-12 Basic Education Program. This order aims to ensure that learner lesson plans are well structured, aligned with the curriculum, and effective address to learning needs of students. And lastly, DepEd Order 32 Series 2015 is a directive program the Department of Education in the Philippines that adopt the Indigenous People Education Curriculum Framework. It aims to provide cultural responsive education for indigenous learners by incorporating their knowledge and practices into the curriculum. In generalization, today, many developments and trends in K-12 education are altering the landscape for curriculum work in subject areas. Although history shows it is often hard to predict which change will have a substantial impact on school and which will turn out to be nothing more than fads, it is worthwhile to assess current trends, especially in subject areas, as part of curriculum renewal. One of the best ways to understand general development in the curriculum is to examine trends as well as individual success in specific subject area. While certain innovation transcends the discipline, most of the important change seems to take place and are worked out in subject area themselves. A good curriculum helps students learn, practice, and evaluate specific skills and competencies. An effective curriculum also explicit student experience and knowledge and affirms and build on them. Finally, it should create room for students to pose problem and issue and develop strategy together for addressing them, and contextualized lessons are effective tools for accomplishing this.